Greetings! You're watching SeptumSin versus the world. I'm SeptumSin. Today we are going to do another anime update! Yes, this is the show where we talk about the upcoming anime releasing on Blu-ray and above. This time for Tuesday, not October, we're out of October into November, we're into fall seasons. November 5th. 2024. This time it's for the most part a Crunchyroll episode. So, we're going to get a re-release here of the Planets, whatever, complete series. Now this is a, they don't really do those things like Funimation did, like they had like the classics and the so on. But this is a series in 2075. Commercial space travel is commonplace. However, huge amount of debris threaten the safety of spacefarers. Yeah, I watched that movie with George Clooney. I understand that. That's where the Toy Box crew comes in. As they wrangle objects in orbit, they also grapple with life goals, crappy pay, and what it means. This is a classic series. I mean, 26 episodes. That's not terrible for 26 episodes overall. It's great to see that it's got a good Blu-ray release. I'm there for it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. One Piece continues to have a resurrection of re-releases as the One Piece movie Red comes to 4K in a steelbook. So if you are big into this film, you can show your fandom, especially as they start to go on a hiatus. For the anime, there's no hiatus for the Blu-rays because they haven't caught up to the anime yet. I think this is a good time for the Blu-ray watchers only like me to catch up. But yeah, if you are big into this and you like 4K and you want a steelbook of this, this would be the one. I'm not exactly sure. I have not watched this movie. I do own it on Blu-ray. Tell me below, what specifically about this film? I don't know if you're watching, Brittany. Maybe you can tell me. But what below, specifically about Red, above all the other films in One Piece, makes this the one to do 4K steelbook? I'm just curious about that. I know not. All right, so Psycho-Pass is getting a whole slew of re-releases. I didn't know if they were out of print or not, but I'm kind of glad to see that they're getting a little Crunchyroll re-releases. Psycho-Pass Season 1 was really good. It's about this group of people in the future, and the future kind of regulates people's moods, but if your moods get out of hand and become less stable, well, that's when these guys come in and they eliminate you. It's kind of screwy, to tell you the truth, but that's what makes this a fun series. Now, Season 1 was really good, and I'm glad to see this getting a re-release. Season 2 was less good, but it's also getting a re-release. You know what's not getting a re-release? Well, we'll get to that at the end, because the newest movie, Providence, which I did see, and I was kind of lackluster for me, but it's not only getting a release, but it is getting a limited edition release as well. So those of you who really, really love this movie, you can get that. I don't really, really love this movie. I do have the Blu-ray wish listed for when it goes on sale less than $30, because I'm not paying $30 for just a film. Especially one that I'm kind of like meh on. The other thing that's missing is the original movie. When y'all gonna be releasing that back out into the wild? So speaking of re-releases, sold out right now, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to stay sold out. I've noticed that sometimes right before it gets there, they oversell their initial stock, and then it stays sold out for a little bit, and then it comes back. That's what happened with the Lupin thing, but I got nervous and ended up buying it from Dave's anime store, which cost me a lot more. But hey, I'm contributing to somebody that's opposing Crunchyroll. But in any case, yeah, Samurai Champloo is getting a re-release set. If you really want Samurai Champloo, there is another edition that is in stock and is cheaper. That's on Blu-ray. I don't know what's so special about this one particularly, but it's got a cool cover on it. Samurai Champloo is a pretty decent series by the creator Cowboy Bebop. Has also a very this one is more an R&B type soundtrack, whereas the other one was more of a jazz inspired soundtrack. I do find it fun. It wasn't as good as Cowboy Bebop, but still a fun series nevertheless. Alright, so Dragon Ball Z Season 1 through 9 complete Blu-ray box set. There's one exclusive to Crunchyroll coming in. And it's sold out right now. But that does not mean that it is going to be gone for good. Again, keep an eye on it if you want it. It looks like it's just putting all the Blu-rays into a box. So, you know, and the separate Blu-ray season sets are still on sale. So, but if you love Dragon Ball Z, I don't need to go over what Dragon Ball Z is. If you don't know what Dragon Ball Z is, I don't know. Who here below has never heard of Dragon Ball Z? Yeah. And the sequel, Super, has gotten another release. I don't think it's a Steelbook release. It looked like it's another Blu-ray release, but I couldn't even find an entry. The Steelbook release is sold out, and that one might be done for good. But, you know, if you really wanted this, hit that notify thing. They'll let you know eventually if it comes back in stock, and it may. It may. I've got all of Super on Blu-ray. I don't love Super enough to get it on Steelbook, but you know, for those of you who love it that much. But last but not least, we have another series, The Vexations of a Shut-In Vampire Princess from Sentai. This one is again at $45.99 for 12 episodes. Komari Ganda's blood is not your typical vampire. She's weak. She can't use magic, dislikes blood, and prefers to hide in her room and pretend the rest of the world isn't there. Reminds me a little bit of Karine. Unfortunately, as a vampire of important parentage and her father's daughter, she's been assigned to the job she's least suited for, leading one of the nation's armies. Can Komari and her obsessive new maid, Vilhaze, convince her new battalion of bloodthirsty brutes into believing she is their fearless leader and totally in command? Probably not. But maybe blood will tell in The Vexations of a Shut-In Vampire Princess. Well, looks interesting, and it's come to think of it. Yo, Crunchyroll, I think you own the rights to Karine. Re-release that stuff. Keep it out of print jail. Well, in any case, let me know in the comments below if there's anything cool this fall that you're really looking forward to. Is there anything you picked up? Let me know in the comments. Share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.